Camera.
Good evening, big wheel brothers and sisters. Sitting here watching the Paralympics. The wheelchair rugby's on. If it's got big wheels, I am down for that. So, go Australia. Well, tonight I'm telling you another story. The truck driver, the priest, and the politician. Now, I got a mate. We all got a mate drives a truck. Some of them private operators. This bloke's a great bloke. He's worked hard. He's bought himself a wicked new rig about 2 years ago. It's got the maxi sleeper, leather seats, air ride, you name it. All the bells and whistles. And it's also got the matching trailer. Well, he carts everything from grain, coal, to manure crap. So on this time, he's going around the farms and picking up loads of manure and taking them to these nurseries in the city. So he's cruising along in the truck. Now, as I said, this truck's flashed with all the bells and whistles. There's a matching trailer. It's got an electric hydraulic hatch that opens, a hardcover hatch. It's got electric hydraulic tailgate and tilt. So, flush, and you can hit the tailgate, let the load go, and then tilt and drive off without opening your hatch. It was really well thought out truck and trailer combo, I reckon. So he's driving along in outback Australia, and he finds this Volvo broken down on the road with a priest standing at the back of it. So naturally, because he's an Australian truck, he rips in. The old priest lumbers up with his cane, and he's sussing this truck and trailer out. He's impressed. And the truckie says, "You need a ride, mate? What's going on? Can I try and fix your car?" The priest says, "I used to drive trucks. There's no hope for that car. Rods are out of the block. Can you give me a lift to town?" So, no worries, father. Jump in the truck. Well, as they're walking up to the truck, this priest is like, "This is a pretty flash rig you got, mate." And he goes on to explain, "Yeah, bought it 2 years ago. It's got all the bells and whistles. You can tilt it, open the tailgate, tilt it, and just drive off without taking your load, drop your load. And you don't have to open the hatch, but you can open the hatch as well if you need to, so they can load it." He's like, "Yeah, that's pretty cool." So they walk up again in the truck, and it says, "Nice flash." This old truck driver's never been in a truck like this before, so he's feeling pretty smick right now. He's impressed. So they're driving down the road, and half an hour later, there's another car broken down on the side of the road. Late model, pretty flash, classy car. It's got ACT number plates on it, and an unnamed politician was standing at the back of it. Well, the truck driver looks at the priest, looks back at the politician, looks back at the priest, and pretty obvious he wasn't going to stop. And the priest says, "It's God's will. We have to help him." So the truck driver lets out a sigh, pulls over. But he makes sure that, the politician's got to walk a bit, whereas he pulled over as quick as he could for the priest. So this politician comes walking up, and during the journey, the old truck driver priest said, "What are these switches and that?" And the drivers explain that switch there's to open the rear hatch, that one there's to tilt it, that one there opens the top hatch. He's like, "Oh yeah." Well, as this politician's walking up to the back of this trailer, he's got 6 steps away, and he's walking at a pretty steady pace. They don't like to be in the sun or walking, so they try to get it done as properly as they can. And all of a sudden, the old priest truck driver bumps the switch for the rear tailgate with his cane. Well, of course, because of the pressure of all manure, it just pours out and barrels this politician over. And basically, he's smothered in crap. So he digs his way out, coughing and spluttering, and he runs up to the passenger side of this truck, and he's furious, rips the door open, and says, "What do you think you're doing?" On which the old politician turned around and said, "No different to what you've been doing to us truck drivers for 40 years. It must have been God's will." Don't shoot me, just the messenger. But stand up, stand tall, stand proud, and stand calmly. We don't need to be violent. We don't need to be noisy. We just need to stand. So, hope you enjoyed this little yarn, and tune in again. I attempted this a couple of times live, and they kept binning me. Hopefully this doesn't get a attachment unavailable. Anyway, guys, keep them beautiful tyres turning. Cheers.
Camera. Stop recording.